The first crack came in the form of a laugh, hers. Not the soft, breathy kind she reserved for me, but a sharp, careless one that cut through the closed door of the dressing room like glass dragged across tile. I froze in the hallway, bouquet samples still in my hand, my name on my tongue, until her next words cemented me in place. "He was always the safer choice," Mia said, her voice low but unguarded. "My backup. Reliable, predictable. Comfortable enough to marry if things didn't work out with Daniel." A hot metallic taste flooded my mouth. For a moment I thought someone else had spoken, some cruel mimic wearing her voice. But then her friend whispered back, "Does Alex know?" "Of course not," Mia replied. "If he did, we wouldn't be having a wedding tomorrow." The hallway swayed. My fingers loosened around the bouquet samples, petals scattering across the floor like tiny broken promises. I didn't push the door open. I didn't storm in. I simply turned away, heart hammering in an ugly, uneven rhythm as I walked out of the bridal shop and into the sharp afternoon air. The sun seemed too bright, too intrusive, as though the world had no right to be this alive when something inside me had just died. By the time Mia found me that evening, I'd replayed her words 100 times, each repetition carved deeper, like she'd taken a chisel to the future we'd built. She walked into our apartment with that practiced smile, the one I used to believe was just for me. "There you are," she said, tossing her keys down. "Why'd you leave so suddenly?" "I was worried." Worried. The irony pressed against my throat. "I heard you," I said quietly. Her brows knit. "Heard me what?" "In the dressing room." The change was instant. Blood draining from her face, pupils shrinking, shoulders going rigid. Her silence was confirmation enough. "Mia," I whispered, "just tell me why." She tried at first, the usual excuses, half-truths stitched together with shaky breath. "It was years ago. You know you're the only one I love. I was scared you'd leave if I told you." But then something in her hardened. "Alex, why are you acting like this ruins everything? You're good for me. Isn't that enough?" The words punched a hollow into my ribs. "Good for you isn't love," I said. "It's convenience." She opened her mouth then closed it, eyes darting away, guilt pulsing beneath her skin like a frantic heartbeat. That was the moment I realized the truth wasn't a slip or mistake. It was a belief she'd carried quietly, comfortably, while building a life with me. Something cold settled in my chest. The next day, our families gathered in the garden for the rehearsal dinner. Lights strung overhead, soft music drifting across dusk. Everyone expected the speech, the celebration, the prelude to a wedding. Instead, I stepped forward, lifted the mic, and felt every gaze sharpen. "Mia," I said, meeting her wide, trembling eyes, "I can't marry someone who sees me as a backup plan." Gasps rippled through the crowd. Her face crumpled, a mixture of fear and fury flashing across it. "Alex, please don't do this here." But the truth was no longer ours to hide. "I deserve to be chosen," I continued, voice steady despite the storm inside. "Not settled for." Silence swallowed the garden. For one breathless moment I wondered if I'd made a mistake, if love, even cracked and bleeding, was worth saving. Then Mia whispered, just loud enough for me to hear, "Daniel wouldn't have humiliated me like this." And the last piece of me that hoped she'd fight for us finally broke. I set the ring on the table between us and walked away as murmurs flared behind me, her protests, her tears, her excuses scattering like petals on a floor I no longer intended to kneel on. I didn't look back. For the first time in years I didn't need to.